Today is a new day. I did not have the energy to focus on my worms the day before, but I'm revived, I am refreshed, and it's time to give my worms a healthy environment. So worm castings, here I come. So enjoy the video! Well, hello. Sorry about all the noise going on today, but my neighbor's mowing his lawn and he has to do what he has to do. What I'm going to do is look at these European night crawlers because they have to get sifted. Do all these castings right here. So what I'm going to do, I had a piece of paper that I use as a food source for them, but I'm going to put them into a container where they can dry out. It's a nice day for the worm castings to be in the wind, so I'm going to put them in here. The prepping bin that I use to prepare my worms to get harvested in. I'm going to sift them out. There's some paper here that they can munch on, but I'm going to put a little mini bait cup here too to help them migrate over, to give them a chance to survive before I sift these castings. But what I usually do, and like in my previous videos, I get the ones that I can out by hand, like the big ones, and put them into another bucket that they go back into the European worm bin. So let's take care of these guys, and then we'll look at those other wet castings in my diversity and inclusion worm bin with the mixed worms. Now it's time to take all of these wet castings out of this mixed worm bin with the red wigglers, blue worms, and European night crawlers, and put them into another bin that I will do the process of preparing to dry them out. But I'm going to put these into the bin that I had the previous European night crawlers in. I rinsed it out with water. But if there's ever a mixture of worms left over from the Euros, it would be just fine, because the bin that the worms are going into right now is going to be the diversity and inclusion worm bin. There are a lot of worms, and if you're ever thinking about getting worms, the mixed worms I think are the best worms to have, because you have a variety of worms. I think they compost a lot faster in their bins compared to the other worms, my red wigglers and the Euros, because you have a variety of worms in this bin. But today the castings aren't as wet as they were yesterday, but they're still going to be removed, which they have to be. I'm going to put fresh bedding into the other half of this worm bin. And there are plenty of worms. I will show you when I put the bedding into this one how many worms I took out of the castings that I had in this diversity and inclusion worm bin. But there they go, that's taken out of there. I'll slide you over for a second. There are plenty of worms that I will be baiting out of this one here. As you can see, there are a massive amount of worms that will have to come out of these castings. But now let me take you back to the other side. We'll add the bedding into this bin, which will be shredded cardboard and newspaper. So here we go, I'll start applying that, and this bed looks 100% better. I'm going to remove this bait cup system out of here. So let's see how many worms were migrated over to come eat the food scraps. But as you can see, a lot of worms here. And this bait cup system, there are plenty of worms. I'm going to just put all these food scraps here. Like I said, massive amount of worms. So there we go. I'm going to put them here. Get ready to add the remainder of the bedding. Rinse this out, add new food scraps to this worm tower, and bait the worms that are in the castings, if you follow what I'm saying, to be harvested over, and the ones that come into the system will be placed back into this worm bin. Yeah. So, question for you viewers: when it comes to worm castings and harvesting, how do you prepare your mind and your body and soul to take care of these bad boys? Well, here are a few other videos to watch to learn more about worms. I want to take the time out to say thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment in the box below. You all have a great day. Bye.